What's up everyone, it's me Kenny. I am genuinely very excited for today's videos. We are making banh mi Xiu Mai, not the sandwich style, it's the dipping style from Đà Lạt, which is like one of the most favorite place that Gen Z nowadays in Vietnam like to go the most. It's known for its like cold weather, I guess. It's not really cold, but like still cold compared to what they have in Vietnam, you know. And with this, it's an amazing dish for breakfast. Cold, and then you have like a dipping bowl of Xiu Mai, it's really hot, smoking up. To dip it, the soup is like spicy and salty and sweet at the same time, and also yeah, it's pretty good. And now I'm gonna make it today. Okay, let's go. The dish is fairly simple, only including a couple ingredients. I'll put the recipe in the description below this video for anyone that wants it. First up is to prepare the Xiu Mai, which is to marinate the minced pork. But we will need to prepare some diced shallot since I use about the double amount of minced pork that I showed in the recipe, so that's why I had quite a bit of shallot here. Leave them on a plate so we can use it later. Then into a big bowl is the minced pork. Then half the diced shallot in. The other half we will leave it there so we can use it for the cooking part. Marinate the minced pork with some salt, some sugar, a little bit of black pepper, chicken bouillon powder, fish sauce, and finally the king of flavor, MSG. Then mix it around so it can marinate well. Wrap it up and let it sit for at least half an hour to make sure all the flavor got absorbed in the minced pork. The next ingredient is the pork skin. This is just one of the toppings that's included in the traditional banh mi Xiu Mai in Đà Lạt. Personally, I don't really like this topping, but still I want to include it to embrace the traditional style of the dish. Into a small pot filled with water and some salt, put the pork skin in and then turn the heat on to bring the water to boil. We are basically just lightly poaching the skin to first clean them and then get rid of the smell. The actual cooking part for the pork skin will be together later in the pot with the Xiu Mai. While waiting for that to boil, we can prep the veggie that go with the dish. We'll use basil and minced leaf. Into a bowl filled with cold water and some salt. Soak the veggie for a bit, then pour them into a strainer. Rinse with cold water and let them dry off. Okay, let's get back to the pork skin. Take it out. Soak it with some ice cold water to stop it from overcooking and also tighten up the skin. Then use a paper towel to pat the skin dry, then cut them into small rectangles. Leave them in a bowl so we can use it later. The minced pork should be marinated well by now. Take it out. Make little balls out of them. We all know how to handle balls, right?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So no demonstration is needed. Personally, I have a lot of experience, especially basketball.
Có con camera luôn.
Finally, it's the time to cook. Into a big pot. We are not going to use oil here, so into a cold pot is some diced pork fat cube. I just have these in my fridge, so I use them. Turn the heat on to let the fat render down a bit. Then into a pot is the other half of shallot that we still have from the marination. And then add some chili oil and paprika powder for the spice and the color. You can get these two ingredients in most Asian markets. Stir them around a bit until we can smell the stir-fry shallot flavor. Then the pork skin rectangle in. Then some water. We will use quite a bit since this is technically also the sauce that we will dip our banh mi. Bring it to boil, then the minced pork meatball into the pot. Carefully drop them in to make sure they don't break apart and keep the shape. Let it simmer and cook for half an hour. During this time, add some salt, sugar, chicken bouillon powder, and fish sauce. Just adjust and taste to your liking. The broth should be the balance of sweetness and salty with the fatty flavor from the meat. Then everything is done. Time to serve. Xiu Mai with the broth, basil and mint leaf, cilantro, black pepper, and a slice of bread. Eating time. Usually they will put chili oil in here. My spice tolerance is not good, so I'm not gonna put anything. I'm just gonna eat it as is. So you get the banh mi, you dip it in here. It's still hot, so I need to blow up the steam, you know. Cucumber. The meat. It's still smoking. Okay. So we got the banh mi, right? You kind of make a sandwich with it. The meat, the pork skin, the veggie. Oh, this is gonna be a big bite. I turned the AC on, so for like 62 to 61 degrees. So it's like my house is actually cold. So I'm actually experiencing the Đà Lạt experience, you know what I mean? Because it's cold up there compared to wherever in Vietnam, you know. The only thing I don't like the topping in this is the pork skin. But I mean, I'm showing you how to make it, so I have to make it right, you know. My recommendation is don't put the pork skin in too early, because pork skin, if you cook it for a long time, it's gonna be like soft, and I don't like that texture at all. This dish I recommend you guys do maybe every single week. A great breakfast, just a great dish overall. You can have it. Oh, people, any of y'all watching out there in like the cold area, I'm in Texas right now, so it's not cold for me, but instead of soup, cook this for breakfast. Wait, I don't know if y'all eat soup for breakfast anyway, so yeah. Alright, I'm gonna finish this, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, and comment on the video, and try this. It's pretty good.